Hi, this is Chris, Video Game Dust Leaves, and you're listening to the VGDS podcast with my co-host, Linda the Gamer Girl,
Oh, what's up?
and my guest gamers, BonesZ06,
Hey, hey.
DanCavDragon,
Hello, everyone.
and Geeky Zombie King.
Yes, what's going on, everybody?
We'll start off with our first segment called Sleeve It or Leave It. The first game is Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Bones, would you sleeve it or leave it?
Well, even though it's not a good game per se, it still is an NES, and I want every one of my NES games protected, so yes, I would sleeve it.
Linda, would you sleeve it or leave it?
I would sleeve it.
Dan, sleeve it or leave it?
I played this a long time ago, and I don't remember it, but I would guess I would still sleep it.
But don't rush back.
And Geeky Zombie King, sleeve it or leave it?
Geeky would definitely sleeve it.
The next game is Frankenstein, the Monster Returns. Linda, sleeve it or leave it?
I probably would not sleeve that one. Not really into that game.
Geeky, sleeve it or leave it?
Leave it.
Dan?
Man, I've never seen this game before, but I thought I thought it looked pretty cool, but everybody else is saying it's not. So,
Are you following the bandwagon or what, Dan?
I thought it looked pretty cool. I would sleeve it, but I have never played this before.
And Bones?
Yeah, I definitely sleeve it. It's a little challenging, the game. You know, the mechanics in it's not quite the best, but definitely would sleeve it. It's actually a little more rare of a game, too.
Okay, the next title is Pipe Dream. We'll start with Geeky. Sleeve it or leave it?
I'll sleeve it.
Dan?
Yeah, I'm a Pipe Dream fan, so I'd sleeve it.
Bones?
Sleeve it.
Linda?
I did sleeve this one.
And the last title is The Punisher for NES. We'll start with Bones. Sleeve it or leave it?
We're going to have to sleeve it. I don't really like that game that much, though, but that's just my personal opinion on
We can tell by your tone. It's fine.
it.
God damn, I guess we're going to have to sleeve it. I don't want to because it's a trash game, but we're still going to sleeve it. Geeky?
I'm a huge Punisher fan, so you definitely know I'm gonna sleeve it.
Even if it's trash?
Even if it's trash, just have it up there in display. It
Dan?
goes up to sleep.
Dan?
I'm very on the fence about this one. I would probably leave it, I would say.
You're going to leave a superhero?
Dun, dun.
I like the arcade game a lot. This one was not that good.
But still, it's a superhero.
Eh.
Wow, you just threw him under the bus. Sorry, Punisher. Linda, sleeve it or leave it?
I'll sleeve this one.
Yay, he's back. Okay, on to the next segment, which is Logo Sleeve of the Month. And this month, it goes to Geeky Zombie King. Congrats.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
His sleeve is available for sale for anyone that would like one. Proceeds will be going to him. Okay, on to the next segment, which is Guess That Box Art. We'll start off with Bones. What's the top image, please?
Well, I was going to go with Space Jam, but that's not Space Jam that I can recall. So how about Looney Tunes, Rabbit Rampage, or something?
New.
All right, good. Move on.
All right, Dan, you want to give it a go?
Is this Daffy Duck the Marvin missions?
What is it again?
Daffy Duck the Marvin mission, or the Martian missions or something?
Well, what system is that on? Because I just want to clarify.
It's SNES maybe.
You're close, I think, to the answer, Dan.
No, that's not
Okay.
it. We'll go with Geeky.
All I know is a Looney Tune, Daffy Duck, and the Martian dude in there.
You got all the right characters. Linda?
Everybody
She's
else
smart.
go.
She's smiling right now. She already know the name of this.
You guys
Give
want
him a
another?
chance.
Hold on. You want another go, Bones?
Yeah, give him the system.
All right.
The-
So you're gonna know it right when I give you the system. N64. Bones?
Oh, the Daffy Duck one.
Yeah. But you need to know the name of the game. It's not the Daffy Duck game.
Well,
what did he call himself in the cartoon?
I know.
And the
Duck
24 and a
Dodgers?
half century. Huh?
Duck
Dodgers!
You got it! You got it! Duck Dodgers!
Come on! How did you not
And
know
the
Duck
24 and a half
Dodgers?
century.
That's on my list of games to purchase to complete my set.
I'm
So I
surprised
don't.
you didn't. You saw that cover probably when you're looking up the games. I was like, "What? Come on, Duck
That's the
Dodgers!"
thing, Linda. I really haven't
Yeah,
looked the game
as soon
up.
as I said N64, I was like, he's got to know this one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why I questioned you, Dan, because N64 is I think the only console this came out for, actually. It could have came out for Super, though. I'm not quite sure on that.
Yeah, there's definitely a Daffy Duck Martian game for the SNES. But I guess
Hmm.
There's a couple. I'm not sure, like,
not sure if
what
it's called
systems
Duck
it's
Dodgers.
on because I think it was ported to a couple of them.
Okay. It's all good. You got it, though. Okay, the next one. We'll start with Geeky.
I'm still trying to figure that one
Stumped. All right, we'll go to the next
system
one.
for that one.
All right, I'll give you the console. How about that? The console is Sega Master System.
We were just talking about the Master System
Yes,
too.
we were. And somebody was saying that doesn't have that great a box art, but look at that.
The guy's got a set of ovaries on his forehead. I don't know how that's going to help me figure out what this box art is.
That was
Say ovaries on the
now.
You got a dragon that wants to eat
even harder
the dude's
now.
ovaries. I mean,
can't breathe.
I'm
Hello.
clueless
I
on it.
looked at Matt stupid staring at the picture when he said that. I'm like, wait a minute, it does look like that.
Dan,
Oh
we'll go with
my
you,
gosh,
Dan, since
Matt.
you completed the Sega Master System sleeve set.
Yeah, but this is stumping me, man. I don't recall this game, but how about Altered Beast?
No.
I have that one. I know it's not that.
Would you like the first letter of the name of the game?
It's like spelling bee. Please put it in a
Would
sentence.
you like the
Define it
first
for me.
letter?
I
Hold on.
got it. It's
Letter.
Rambo.
No.
What?
If it was Rambo, you would see a lot more white than that.
Believe me, I know.
My word.
Dude, I don't know.
All right, I'll give you
Give
the
him the first letter.
I'll give you the first letter. It's an S. Think about where you would see that ovary-looking guy. Where would you see him? Where would
Butterfly game.
Let's just let's just say, where would he come from?
Space Dragon.
You're on the right track. Space is the first word.
Oh, okay.
Space Lord.
No.
Space Harrier.
No.
You looking at your like system games and just like naming off everything that starts with an S?
Well, no, he said it was space, so I just started naming games that start with space. I don't have many of these for the Master System, so I don't have any
Come
way to
on,
really
Dan.
know.
Come on, Dan.
Ah, man. I'm drawing
Believe in you,
blank.
Dan.
I'm drawing a blank.
You are
You
drawing
have
a blank
full set.
to the whole set. Come on, Dan.
Yeah.
I don't think I've played a game with this great box art before.
Oh, but you have.
Come
Wow.
on. Come on.
Space. Jeez.
All right. I'll give you the second word, first letter. G.
Space Guardian?
No.
Space guy.
Space what, Bones?
Guy.
No.
Space gun.
What?
Space what, Dan?
Gun.
Gun?
Yes.
You got it. Space gun.
Hey.
Wow.
That a boy, Dan.
That a
I don't-
boy. Show that Sega Master System some love.
I don't have this game. That's why I don't know this.
Zombie
Yeah, that's why I
JLT1 would
wanted
be
to go
happy
last.
right
Like,
now.
the minute you put them on there, I knew that they were.
Zombie
Wow.
JLT1 would be happy right now that Dan guessed the box art.
Ah, so happy.
That was a tough one, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
he picked
was.
some good ones that were out of the like normal, like I would have been thinking about.
That's the whole point. I got to get better at this so you guys don't just come
Yeah.
in here and say, oh, that's what that one is. Oh, that's what that one is. Well, then what was the point of doing that segment?
Yeah, that one put everybody with a thinking cap.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was like
Mm.
Blue.
because the
was like Blue's
Master
Clues in
System
here.
one threw everybody for a loop. I knew that was gonna be like, oh okay.
Yeah, it was like Blue's Clues in here. We had to get in a thinking chair and think. All right.
That was good.
So now this is the part where we go and we're gonna let Zombie take over and tell us a little bit about himself, what he does, and get to know him a little better. So go ahead, Geeky Zombie. Give us a little brief description of what you do on Twitter.
Well, on Twitter, I just basically do a lot of stuff for the community, and I do Game of the Week, and I try to help people to bring more traffic to their page and get their names out there, and get a little shine on them. People get to know them more and interact with everybody. And the same thing I do for the indie companies. I do that also. I find these indie games, the small companies, and try to put it out there and help them support them out. Yeah, basically that's what I pretty much do, and just keep promoting all everybody's stuff they put out there. That way it just keeps rotating.
And how often do you put this, like, you do this thing called the spotlight, right?
Well, the Game of the Week is weekly. I do
All
it
right, so you do it every week.
Monday.
Okay. And
Every
how about
Monday.
the indie games? How often do you put
I
a
usually
spotlight?
do that maybe once a week, or maybe it depends, what I find out there.
I was
Try
gonna
to put
say,
it weekly.
is it kind of hard for you to find specific things?
Yeah,
Or
because I'm trying to like really get to people that's really, really like trying to get things off the ground, not people that already got themselves established already.
right. So you're looking at small YouTubers
Right.
for the most
So
part.
and that's another thing I'm doing next is stuff for the streamers, people that do live streams, the people that do content on YouTube or Twitch. I'm doing all that kind of stuff. That's the next project I'm doing, because I want to get people to start going to those people's streams.
Right, exactly. Support. Right.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
How did you come about to your name, Geeky Zombie King? How did that come about?
Well, since I've been a zombie fan since forever, ever since George A. Romero. So I started thinking of a name. I wanted something that would grab, not something that would just be so common with everything else. So I figured, I like geeky stuff, and I like zombies, and why not be the king of that?
The king of the herd. Well, you really dubbed yourself.
Yep. Gonna eat your brains and steal your knowledge, Chris.
God damn it. I guess I should run. Screw it. I'll just leave them.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk on Twitch.
Awesome slogan.
Yeah, you should use that more often. So, any questions, Bones, for Geeky Zombie? Bones? Oh, we must have lost him again.
Just to Dan for a second.
Dan, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Tell us about as a gamer. Tell us about your gaming habits. Like, what console are your favorite, and when did you get started? What was your first console?
Well, my first time in gaming, goes back in the 70s. My God, it's like Pong, of course. Then after that, the Atari 2600. From Atari 2600, I jumped into the ColecoVision to NES, Super Nintendo, Genesis, Saturn, going straight down all the way to when Sony came out with their first PlayStation and Xbox. And to this day, right now, I'm still gaming hard on PS4.
You're right up Dan's alley because that's
Yeah.
Dan. You're talking Dan right now.
Yeah,
Dan
that
is
means you're my age, which is good to hear. That you've been
Yeah,
around
yeah.
since the beginning. Yeah,
Oh yeah, been around from the beginning.
that's awesome.
Linda.
So I
Question.
love.
Yeah. So when you started doing this,
Mhm.
what motivated you to do that? Were you gonna just do that and then switch to YouTube, or was there any plans for anything else?
Well, when I got onto social media part, I started thinking to myself, well, I don't want to just be a regular thing, just go on there and click like and just be a basic person on there. I wanted to do something that make a difference. I wanted to bring positive to the community, and then I wanted to help people out. And I always tell everybody I do everything out of my heart. I never expect anything in return. So I just wanted to do something that, I don't know, just make a movement. And when I started doing the Gamer of the Week, and I saw how people reacted in the community, and it just kept picking up, and from then on, it just never stopped. I kept going, and now I want to start doing like streams. That's my next goal to do, and I'm looking forward to that. I want to start doing that on my down the road thing.
Do you want to stream?
Oh yeah, definitely do. I want to stream,
Any
and
system in particular you're gonna stream?
I'm pretty much gonna be on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox.
Nice, nice.
So I just want to interact with everybody, have a good time, hang out, and just enjoy. I might be the best of the gaming what I'm playing, but I'm having fun with it and interacting with the audience, and that's what I love.
That's really what it's all about. It's not so much what you're
Exactly.
playing or how you're playing it. Once you gain an audience, they're there for you. They're not there for the game.
Right.
The best
Exactly.
streamers are the ones that are really horrible at the game and make fun and have fun about it, or they're really good at the game. So pick one and have fun with it.
Or
That's
pick both.
You could be horrible at one game and just make a fool of yourself, and everybody's gonna laugh. And then
You're
you'd
right
be
about
really good
that,
at one
Linda.
game and be
You're
like,
right
I'm
about
gonna do
that.
really good. You never know.
True. Very true.
So what do you gravitate towards? Like what type of game?
I like mostly horror games. That's my main thing I love the most. Shooters. I like shooters. Like the game I've been playing the most a lot lately is Dead by Daylight. I love the way the style of that gameplay is. It's like survival. You gotta
Yeah. The only thing is I'm horrible at the generators.
in the beginning I was like that. After that I started acing them out.
The problem is I don't play it enough. When I do play it, I play with just friends. And so when I get back on, I'm like, oh, I'm bad. I'm gonna send a signal. I'm gonna die.
Is it you bringing the killer to us, Linda? Stop it.
No, I'm like, don't. When I play it, I'm like, don't have me as a generator. I'll go take everybody off the hook. I'll run around. I'll keep them distracted for you.
That's good.
You'll be the bait.
I'll run around.
It's still teamwork. That's the whole thing. It's to get out of there alive together. So somebody's doing that and they good
You
at that.
You can't play with randoms on that game, man. It's horrible to play with randoms.
Oh my god, I go through headaches with that. They're trying to sandbag me and trying to like set me up. I'm like, what are you doing?
Hold on. We're gonna kill this guy. Don't worry about it.
Is it my name? You going after me?
Well, if he thinks he's a zombie, we might as well take him and make him be one.
Right.
He's a zombie. He's a king. Get him.
Oh yeah, they do. They
King
think
of zombies. Okay, let's blow his head off.
like, I don't know how many times I also they working with the killer. Like that's another annoying thing.
Oh
Well,
yeah, I've
that's
seen that happen a
stupid.
lot of times. Yeah, they'd be like texting back and forth and saying, "Oh, they're over here, they're over there," like a rat.
Yeah, and then you're like, I knew you were the bad one, and the seed was gonna be sad. I stopped playing with randoms unless I'm playing with a group of friends. I only play just even like Friday the 13th. I stopped playing with randoms too. If I have a set of friends I'm gonna play with, I'll just stay in the private. Even if there's only like 3 people, I'll go to private matches only because I just cannot for the life of me watch as somebody stands there looking at you underneath the bed and you go, "You're working with the killer."
Yep.
Damn.
Calling everything out. I hate when they do that.
All right, Bones.
Point of having fun, man.
Do you have any questions for Geeky?
Yeah, do you like to collect anything else in your collection, like amiibos or Infinity figures or Funko Pops or anything like that?
I like to collect, besides the games itself, I like to collect anything retro from back in the days that I grew up with. I grew up with loving Kiss, so I collect a lot of Kiss figures. I like to collect anything in retro, like Star Wars. I love stuff like that. So things like the science fiction is like a big heart to me also.
Oh,
Dragon
nice.
Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is another one. It's one of the best animes that I enjoy watching the series of to this day.
Well, there's a convention for just Dragon Ball Z in Texas.
That's awesome. Wow. That must be amazing.
We'll see if it's going on this year, you know, with everything happening.
That'd be nice.
What's your favorite handheld?
For the handheld, I would have to say PSP.
All right.
Nice pick.
You know, something about that it just grabbed me. I mean, Nintendo. Don't get me wrong. Nintendo has awesome handheld games and all that, but something about that PSP it just did it for me. I don't know why. It just called me out.
Have you ever played
I like
VR?
this fact, man.
VR. I have no experience with VR as of yet.
Oh man, you will love the zombie game. You would love Resident Evil in VR.
I'll probably be the first zombie that'll be screaming.
You're probably right.
And probably jump. I would say that. Just don't take off running with the headset on.
Yeah. Don't run into your
I've
TV.
seen too many people do that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Pulling their system far, far away.
Oh
Bye
my
bye
god,
system.
yanking everything. I can picture that.
Chris was
Oh,
over
man.
playing Batman on it the one weekend.
Yeah, I had my first experience of VR over
How
at
was
Bones' house. It's awesome. I have to say, as long as you don't get motion sickness and you're good, it's a
Do
great.
you really feel like you're really in the
Honestly,
game?
when
Exaggerate.
all right, so when I played Batman. When you're in Batman, and it's just the title screen. You didn't even press start yet, and you look
Right.
over the edge. It feels like you're gonna fall.
Holy crap!
You're standing
Wow.
straight up. You're not going anywhere. You know the floor is there, but it's still your legs start giving out. It feels like you're gonna fall over the edge.
Wow.
I've seen people that they're playing a game and all of a sudden they just timber over and you just see them face plant on the ground because they thought they were grabbing onto something for real.
Yeah,
Well,
like
I never did that.
I haven't done
Crazy.
that either.
Oh.
And I mean, I played it for like maybe an hour at Bones' house, and like I said, like it feels like you're like looking over an edge, like, and you're freaking like a couple thousand feet in the air, looking down off this tower.
Wow.
Actually,
it's
it's a
two
GC.
games. Two games I want to check out if I do get VR. It's the Resident Evil and Borderlands.
I thought you were gonna say Doom.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I want Borderlands so bad for it, but it's only a download. I want a physical copy of that game.
Is it really only a download? It's
It's only downloadable, the Borderlands they made for VR.
Is there
They-
any import copy that is on the disc?
Not that I've seen.
I was gonna
'Cause
ask.
I've looked for
Double
that.
check.
I
You never
will
know. It might
buy
have been in
that.
like Hong Kong for like a disc.
I was gonna ask. Like,
Because a lot of people over there they don't have good internet.
that's your next question. What do you prefer, digital or physical, or
Physical. all
yeah,
the way.
definitely physical. Same with me. Like, I'm not digital by any means.
I'm very iffy with digital because I don't feel like I own anything. I can't show and
Right,
display what I
there's
got.
nothing for you to
Oh,
show.
I got these games. Where? I can't show you my show, but it's digital.
Well, let me pull it out for you. Oh God, I can't.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Like a
Linda.
physical art cover. It's nothing like a physical art cover CD. Ain't like the old days too when you had manual. I mean, now they eliminate manual.
Linda likes when you pull it out and put it back in. She likes having one on the shelf. Yeah, you like that one, huh, Linda?
Oh, hilarious.
Yeah, you have nothing to show with digital.
Exactly. You have nothing to
that's
show.
Well, and
rough.
don't forget that they can take it at any point and just take it off your system. So if the licensing is gone
You lose it.
or the company folds, they can go into your
Exactly.
system and take it off. and they have the right to do that because you're just technically paying for the license, not the
least-
full physical
At
game.
least with the physical games, like even if
It's
the
in your
internet's
hand.
down, you still could play it and play the story mode. You have to be online.
Well, if
playing
it's not
multiplayer.
digital only, like if it's not like
It could be
if
online
you can
only.
only play it on the server, yeah.
Right.
If it's an online only, you're screwed. Also,
Yeah.
but hey, you still have the
At least you have
disc.
the disc.
Remember,
Exactly.
Exactly.
I have a couple online only games from like PS2 and Xbox 360, and I just keep the disc because I'm like, I'm not gonna get anything for it. I'll get like $1 if that.
Sometimes I get a little crazy. Sometimes I'll get a deal for a digital and I'll download on the spot. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm still getting a physical for that. I
Yeah.
just gotta
Oh
have
yeah.
it.
I mean, even if you download.
Well, you know,
Go ahead, Linda.
I consider that as a rental. If I get a really good deal, like it's $4 for the game, I'm like, I'm renting the game to see if I really like it. And if
There
I don't
you go,
like it,
Linda.
it's digital only.
She nailed it right there. I like that.
Yeah. It's like Blockbuster all over again.
Oh my God, Blockbuster. Oof. So many
Yeah.
games.
The
I've
smell of the
taken from those.
dirty carpet, the
Oh
popcorn.
my God! What was it with that carpet? Every time we went to
Ooh.
Blockbuster, it always had that damn smell. It's
It
like
was-
they
and
never
it-
fucking
each,
vacuumed.
and each Blockbuster had a different smell. Don't forget.
It did. It did. Oh my God.
One
it
and then
brings
you
back
went to
so
the other,
many
you're like, wow. Mm.
You know how many games that I rented from them and copy and burned?
I
bring it back
know.
the same day. They said, "Didn't you just rent this out a couple of hours ago?" Yeah, but I already beat it. Like, oh, okay. I take the other one game and burn it again.
That was before they realized what was going on.
Yeah. Oh my
Man,
God.
so many burned copies from everything.
Whew, I had over like almost 200 and PlayStation games from doing that. Then Dreamcast. Oh my God.
Dreamcast was the easiest one to burn.
Yeah, that's very right. You didn't have to mod it or nothing like that. You just like
Oh.
burn it and it'll play it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was like many people that I saw that had a DVD or CD.
Yeah, exactly.
It looked like a collection, and it was all their games from Dreamcast. And I was like, "Oh, you got a lot of CD." So no, it's all my Dreamcast games. Oh, okay, cool.
Now I regret it because now I start thinking like, oh my, could I had like original physical with a cover art and everything instead of just having a label with a Sharpie
Well,
and what's the
you
name of the
can
game
ask
on it.
Chris. You can get Video Game Dust Sleeves to make you a label. He could probably work on that.
Look at that, see? And I did those.
You
too. I did
might-
those
you might be able to
customized
do that.
labels.
Yeah,
Um,
slap it on there on the disc and see what it looks like.
Speaking of box art, does that influence you on choosing a game? Like if you were at a store and you saw a game, would a box art influence you to purchase that game? Or is
That
it-
took me all the way from Atari days because Atari for me had the best cover art.
I agree, definitely.
You see the art.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dan,
Yeah.
Chine rated, Dan, go
I
ahead.
gotta play this. You know, I'm gonna get eventually. Look at the dragon in on. I see a square dot. I said, you know what? I can play with this still. I got imagination.
Yeah. But the sad part was they didn't credit the artist. I was like, that is a bummer. I was like, who drew this? I want to go get this on my wall.
Yeah, amazing artwork Atari did back then. It was incredible. You don't even see that these days like that.
That's
Oh,
for
because
sure.
you actually can see what you're doing. They had to give you everything in the cover and the back.
Yeah, exactly.
You saw 2 dots and you're like, what's this? What's that? Okay, so that's a dragon. That's a mutant. Okay, I know what I'm fighting. Okay, I gotcha.
My cousin used to argue with me. They were like, "That's not a dragon. That's a duck." I'm like, "What do you mean duck? That's a dragon. Don't ruin the game."
Yeah, man.
Good times.
Oh, it was fun to go in the Blockbuster. And you knew all your neighbors were there too.
Oh, look at that Missile Command. That's another class. Oh, I used to love going to Pizzeria and play this game with the trackball. Oh my god, that was nothing like it.
That's actually a 3D pop sleeve that I did for Dan.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
making a lot of 3D stuff now.
That is awesome. I like that.
You can't. I mean, you can't really tell. You can't really tell from the picture that it's 3D, but it's actually popped off of the sleeve quite far, and if you turn it to the side, you can see it coming off. So, but I just wanted to show an example since we were talking about box art.
He was really good. I like that.
Well, I agree on the whole fact that, I miss the manuals. I really miss a manual in the game. And you would
Me
think
too.
by now, with people collecting games the way that we do, that they'd go back to that. But they're just so damn cheap, they'll never do it again.
Yeah, they're never going to go back to
Only
manuals.
like limited run or an indie game would actually give you a manual, which is kind of sad because they get less money
Exactly.
than a bigger company. They give you all the time manuals and everything like that,
They
or a
barely put
sticker
a
or something
description
extra.
on the back of the
Yeah.
game boxes anymore. You get like 2
Um,
lines. You're lucky if you get a paragraph.
And you barely get a couple of pictures anymore.
That's what kills me, dog. Today's games. It's like you could get a game and they buy digital and it's charging the same price as a physical. You're not getting no cover art. You're not getting no hard disk or anything. You're not getting manual. You're not getting anything but the game. So it should not be a $60 game. Make it a $49 game because you're just getting a digital. You're not getting anything that has to be produced.
Well, here's a good example. We'll go because we got Zombie in here with us. Here, Zombie U on the Wii U. The back of the box says, "Zombies have brought London to its knees." Okay. Thank you for the description. Oh, let me check the manual. Oh, I don't even have a manual in it. Like, maybe this one did come with a manual, but I don't even have a manual in it. Like, they're terrible.
Yeah, actually, I think that one did come with a manual.
Not even an insert of anything, right?
Well, some of the Wii U's did come with manuals.
Yeah,
That's why.
Zombie
They
U,
were
I
like
think it
super
did.
thin. They were super thin. They weren't like how we expect a manual now. It's like 3 or 4 pages, if that.
I thought that game was going to be pretty decent. Wasn't so good, I don't think.
That's what I'm saying.
Anybody else
though.
play that game, Zombie U?
Yeah, I played it with my friend, and it was
Zombie U?
not good.
I have never played it. It went into my collection and is now just sat there.
Well, it's
Dan,
gonna probably sit there once you start playing it.
Dan, have you tried it yet? Or
Yeah,
do you
same
have it?
like Bones. I have it, but I just never bothered to put it in.
Just give it a try. I'm just curious on what you think of it.
All right.
I don't think anybody really has said that they like it. Very few people have said that.
I tolerated it for a little while when I played
I got
it.
irritated. I just got irritated.
He got irritated.
Yeah, there's certain games that I'm not gonna mess it up for some people because I want their own personal opinion. But there's certain games that I'm like, certain stuff you do, it just irritates me, and I just turn it off and I walk away.
How about Left 4
Don't
Dead?
be
What
repetitive
do you
with
think
the
about that?
enemies. Don't be repetitive with like I just can't stand. Like I don't mind, like Mario Odyssey where you have to collect a certain number of coins, a certain number whatever to get to a certain level, to do this, to do that. That's fine. But when I keep getting the same repetitive narrative and the same repetitive enemy, the same repetitive style, it's like I don't really need that. I can go play another game. I'll just do that.
That's true.
I got so much. I only have so many hours in the day. I got so much time spent doing other stuff that when I actually play a game, I want to play the game. I don't want to be bored.
Tell me about
What
it.
game- What
I
game
lose interest.
have you
like
played,
me.
Linda, that you started but never got to finish, but you want to finish it?
Do you mean because I just got irritated with it, or because I can't finish it because I'm just taking forever to beat it?
Could be either or.
Ocarina of Time, because I keep playing it and then I have to put the game down and then I forget where I'm at and I have to backtrack.
That's a good choice. Mine was Majora's Mask. That's the same
Yes.
problem.
Yes,
Wow.
like you go, okay, where was I at? What was I doing?
I
Well, then
couldn't.
you get
Oh,
frustrated
man.
and you turn it off because you're like, screw it. Fuck it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't
Yeah,
tell you one.
I keep doing that.
I couldn't tell you one because I don't remember the last time I played a game. I just don't have the time.
Yeah, well, no, but the thing is, I'll play it like for a few hours because I'll be like, okay, let me get through the game because it's a lot of hours to play those games. So like, I'll play a few hours here because I can't start another game because I gotta go do something. So I start playing it, thinking, oh, I'll remember where I'm at. I won't remember where I'm at. I have to backtrack. I'm like, do I need this? Do I need that? Where am I at? How many Skulltulas have I gotten? I don't know. Let me check. So then it's like, by the time I figure out where I'm at, I already wasted like 30 minutes. And I'm like, ugh. I give up.
Wow. Yep. That was
Because I seriously have a problem with remembering everything. Because
get
there's
that.
just so much to do. It's like you don't get any hand holding with these games, so it doesn't help you either. Because it's not like remember to go here and do that, and it's like, oh, okay, and then you go do that. But this one, no, you don't get any hand holding. It's like you just get a bunch of random enemies coming at you randomly again, and you're like, I don't know where to go. I give up. I'm still playing it, but I just hope one day that I can get to the end of the game and just be done, and then I can move on to Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
Oh,
good luck.
Wow.
no, because I don't want to start Breath of the Wild, and then I'll get confused because I have 2 Zelda games, and that's getting even more confusing. I don't want to do that to myself.
I hear that.
Yeah,
Wow.
Nintendo made that just I can't get into either. Like Metroid, I can play the original game, but I just can't get into Metroid. I really can't. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I just for some
Don't feel
reason
bad, Linda. I'm in that same boat with you with
it
that.
just I don't know. It's
It's
just
like I love Metroid. Like when I played the first one, it's like I
first one is
couldn't
my
get
favorite, but
couldn't get into the rest of the series.
you know what it is? I'd rather watch people play it. I'd rather watch people play it than if I have to play it. And I
Have you
don't know why.
tried
It's just
the Metroid game for the Wii?
I never had a Wii. My cousin had the Wii, but I don't think he had that game.
That was pretty decent. I liked it.
Well, I don't know. I'll give it a try. I mean, if I can find it for cheap and the Wii for cheap, I'll probably get it, but I'll you know what I'll do? I'll see if somebody else has it and I'll just borrow it because I can't yeah.
How about you, Dan? Have you played Metroid for the Wii?
Is that the one where you're actually playing her running around? Like,
Yeah.
is that Zero Mission or whatever that's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that for a little bit.
What'd you think?
It was all right.
Yeah.
I liked the one game I didn't think I was going to like, but I ended up liking a lot was Metroid Prime because I thought it was going to be more like a first-person shooter and stuff. But it was actually, yeah, I actually liked it way more than I thought I was going to like it.
Any other questions for Geeky Zombie King?
I have a question. What's your since you've been there since the beginning, which is really cool. What is your favorite system of all time?
Wow.
That's a
That's always a complicated question.
It is because oh my god, it's just so many stories behind it. I will have to say the Atari, of course, because that's what really brought everything about collecting. That was the console that was buying games every time, and that time was like about $30 for a brand new game.
You don't
And-
think Nintendo really pushed it, or you think Atari was the one that really?
Atari's the one to put it out there to the world for console gaming, but you know they started putting so many titles that was garbage. After a while, they would just put anything just to start the game, and that's what I blame all that for the crash of of
Yeah.
'83. You know, because of that situation. Because Coleco was kind of breaking that barrier that was coming to close of cartridge games close to the arcades that you could bring home and play.
Right.
But when everything crashed, and then you know it didn't get to grow what it really need. But NES came around from Japan and changed everything around, brought everything back in the industry again. So I would have to say NES.
Nice.
Nice.
You know, when you think about it, though, guys, every system has shitloads of shelf fillers.
True.
The Wii is probably one of the worst ones out there. Let's be completely honest. I mean, as far as shelf filler goes, even though like me and Chris were talking
the
about
Wii
it,
has about 2,000 plus games,
yeah,
and that's just an American side.
Wow.
like it's a little crazy when you think about it that Atari seriously flopped that bad after that, and their market crashed. When honestly, you can go through the NES library. And I'm sure all of us can start picking out games and like cringe when you pick it up. Like, oh my god, I remember this shithole. Like, it's always been like that. But Atari, because the market crashed, is just notoriously known for that.
Right. Exactly. Oh wow. Times have changed.
Yeah, we still got shitty games. That didn't change.
Now they're all digital. Like if you go to the Switch, like eShop, you're gonna see a bunch of crappy games that are like $2, $3. Please just buy my game, and you just get it because it's like it's a couple bucks. I'll just have something new to play. Yeah, I wasted $2.
Wow.
What, on older released games?
No, just
Indie
on
developers.
like indie
Right.
indie
Oh, on
titles,
indie
like
games.
Indie games, okay.
because it's kind of hard to manage that. So they just kind of like you can tell they're like kind of giving up on that and just letting anybody throw a game on there as long as they pay the fees and everything they need to pay.
I think the hardest game ever for me for an indie game, and I loved it so much how it looked, but I can't play it, is Meat Boy.
Meat Boy's so hard.
Oh
I rage
my
quit so many
God.
times.
Oh, me too. Oh, I shut everything. That's it. I'm done. Get about
There's
this.
so many
Never
times
again.
I'm like, I finally got to where I am and I died on this stupid thing. And I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done. And I still have it. I don't know why I torture myself. I still have it.
Play it, play it, play it.
And I always say anybody that played the old retro games and they could play those, they could play anything today because back then it was unforgiving. You die in one part, you gonna go way back to the beginning.
Yep, that's the
Start
difference
everything
between
Yeah.
that's the difference between retro gamers and modern gamers. Retro gamers actually
Exactly.
had to
Because the
play
reason why though
game.
was they were like 30-minute games. That's the reason why. If you
Yeah.
actually figured out how long each game was, they're on average about 30 minutes.
30 minutes or not,
So
they're
they
still
made it
freaking
hard.
hard.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like that was the reason why. They were hard for a reason and they were no saves for another reason. Because if they saw somebody actually play the original game like how it was and had a save, you would have finished it in a day. And then you'd have been like, I'm bored. Because most of us we only got 1 or 2 games at a time, if that. And then we just kept playing that over and over again. I remember playing the original Mario and Popeye for so long before I finally got another game. And I was like, oh, okay, now I got a new game. Play that. And then I'm like, okay, I got to wait another month or 2 before I can earn another game.
Ghouls and goals made me learn new curse words that never existed.
Oh my gosh. I have a couple friends that I watch them play it. And I'm just like, how do you beat the game?
Not only do you
Like-
get all the way first through that first loop and think you're done, nope, do it again.
I
Ah,
would
fooled you.
have rage quit it. If I actually got through the game and it said no, you didn't really beat it, I would have turned it off. I would have been like, I'm done.
Beating that system as a kid. I threw Ghostbusters out the window. I was so pissed at that game. I don't remember putting an honest effort into that game when I was younger, just because of how hard it was. I remember trying it, and I remember throwing it into my stack of games. Like, yeah, maybe I'll get back to this one day, because I only ever made it probably like, if I'm lucky, to the 5th level on that. If I'm lucky.
Wow, that's crazy.
Or how many? Because like I will say though, when I was younger, I wasn't paying attention to like common sense stuff.
Yeah.
I was just going through the motions, playing platformers, doing whatever I wanted to do. And then now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, I see it now. Oh, I gotcha. So like maybe, but I don't think so. Like I there's so many games I would have rage quitted a long time ago if I actually got those games now. I was
Bigfoot.
like, nah, I'm good.
The jumping along, you have to be so precise when you do those games. Oh my god. One
Yeah.
little mess up is over.
Oh, I've
Those
watched people
jumps,
with the Karate Kid too, and they run through the Karate Kid like crazy. And
Shit, one jump and you're down the hole.
yeah, I
Like,
rage quit
if you
that
don't
game
time the
numerous
jump,
times.
like I
Oh, yeah.
remember playing that. I didn't even have that. I don't even think I still don't have that game. I think I was playing at a friend's house, and you get to a point where you got to jump. If you don't time the jump just right, you're going down. I'm like, what the hell? Like you got to put the foot right in the right area, and then you hit the button.
It's the wind. That wind is just ruthless.
So you tell me right now, the Karate Kid, would you sleeve it or leave it?
Well, you know my
Oh,
answer.
man.
You better talk to Bones about that.
I would still sleeve it. It's a movie from back when we were a kid, and
Yeah.
Hi,
You know.
That's the sad part. It's a great movie,
I agree.
But
Daniel-san,
just
Daniel-san.
some of these games, man.
I'm not saying that it would come out of the sleeve and get yelled at and the fingers shook right at it and then put back
Oh
on
man,
the
I don't know
shelf.
how many copies of games that I found that had like it looked like they got a screwdriver and just rammed the shit out of it. And I had like a Friday the 13th and it literally had indentation marks all down the rim of it. Just like somebody was like, you ah! Like it literally had that. I was like, dude.
Somebody ran
And
it over with a
finally-
car.
Yeah, it finally started like glitching on me. I was like, dude, probably they busted a chip or something. I sold it off because I was like, I'm not gonna take this hassle. And when the lady got it, she was like, "What did you do?" And I was like, "That wasn't me. That was the previous owner." She's like, "Okay, I'll give you half." Of it."
Bite the
Barely.
hell out of it.
Dude, like it looks like people really rage at these games. Like they really like you could see the evidence in the shells. I'm like, ooh,
That's one thing I could say.
you did not like Friday 13th.
I never raged on a game before. Like I never got that intense to where I was like, "Urgh," like I was gonna
Oh my
rip a
We
game
knew
apart.
that we were not gonna get another game. If we raged on it, that was it.
Yeah,
There was no
see,
other
that's the
game.
thing with me,
If-
like-
if my mom or my family saw me breaking a game, they'd be like, "You're not playing any other games.
Yeah,
Give
that's
me
the-
all the games that you do have, and you're done."
That's the thing with me too. Like I had to take care of my stuff. If I didn't take care of it, I never
Yeah.
got another one. So like my controllers were never thrown, my consoles were never beat up, my games were never scratched, nicked, thrown, jumped on, ran over, thrown out the window into a lake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had to take care
I'm
of
the
my
same
stuff.
way.
I've had
I
all
don't
my
like
stuff since I
put
was a
abuse
kid. I
on
still got it.
I'm the same way. I can't abuse them. They're like my children.
I mean, they are seriously. They're like your little babies. Like once
Only
they go,
that, like you don't have anything else. Like there's a lot of kids that were just getting brand new games after they would break the other game, and I'm like, how is that possible?
Wow.
Spoiled.
Like,
you know,
and
the
then
funny
also,
thing is, those kids that you're talking about, I got a brand new game. They would bring their old games to my dad. My dad would be like, "I'll give you $5 for that game right now." They would give it to him. He would take a $60 game and get a $5 deal because they were tired of playing them.
Wow.
Especially NES. NES was a big seller in my area because the kids would not tolerate going and trying to beat in the game. They would get so frustrated with the game that they would like, "All right, I think I'm done with this one." And they would go to their parents and say, "Could you go buy me a new game?" And then they knew if they come to my dad that he would probably buy it, but he wouldn't buy it for anywhere near retail price. He would be like, "I'll give you $5 for it." They'd be like, "Okay, $5-10 at the most."
I need those type of kids in my block.
they were never
You're
on my
talking
block
back.
either.
You're talking back in like late 80s, early 90s.
Even then, that's like not gonna happen. Most places, you know, like they're not gonna give
That's
you a
how
game
I
for
got like
$5.
most of my collection was either through that or yard sales because the people just didn't know what they had and they were like, we're just trying to get rid of it. And my dad was a big yard sailor, so he would go and find all that stuff and just bring it back.
How about flea market? You had experience with flea market picking up games?
Oh yeah, flea markets, yard sales, garage sales,
Mhm.
Nice.
Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace now, and eBay, which I don't do eBay too often, but you can talk to the two up top, Bones and Dan. They do eBay quite often.
I
But
plead the fifth.
you lie, you liar. There's no
Well,
pleading
it's,
the
you know,
fifth
it's
when I
funny
know.
too. When you say about the cartridges being so messed up, and you look at it, when you see like a good game for, like, say you find a Contra and it's like messed up, and you're like, oh man, somebody had an accident with this one, and you say, oh, somebody had an accident with Contra because it's a good game. But if you get Ghostbusters and it's got holes stabbed in it, you know, boy, this game must suck. This wasn't an accident in any way, shape, or form. You can tell, but there's like a story behind these ones that are all messed up. You got to wonder what happened that made this person go this nuts on the game.
Oh my.
They used it as an ashtray.
Dude, I've seen some really bad ones too, man. It just did, like Linda said,
I've-
they literally
yeah,
looked
I've
like they
seen
were
it,
just
yeah.
beat.
I picture like the person just raging and going at like something like a knife or a screwdriver that's right next to him and just going for like 5 minutes straight.
You know what I do now that I'm older? If I get really pissed off when I'm playing a game, I literally will just throw my arms up in the air, chuck the controller up in the air, and walk out of the room and go take a breather. I just get away from it.
You know what that's called? That's called mic drop.
Yeah, pretty much. Except I've broken controllers doing that. The last time that I've ever thrown a controller, and this is no joke or a lie,
It was when I was over.
I threw the 360 controller. I was so pissed off at my Xbox. I gunned it at the couch. Well, what does a couch do?
Boing.
It's flying right back at me, hit me in the groin, knocked me down for the count. And that was the last time I ever threw a controller at anything. So, well, now they cost $50 or more anymore. You know.
You like throwing controllers? I'm going to teach you.
Oh, dude, there were people in the house. That was one of those where you wish you were alone moments.
Oh man, I wish I was recording that shit. That would have been funny as hell.
I couldn't even tell you, man, how mad
I
could
so
really
would have
get at
posted
some of
that on
those games.
YouTube. I would have posted that on YouTube. Bones getting hit by controller.
I think the one thing that really gets to me the most in the retro game collecting is the Genesis game, because I cannot ever buy a loose cartridge. If I know it comes with a hard, nice cover that belongs to that, with a nice manual, I cannot buy it loose. I can't. To this day, I still don't do that.
You know what's funny about that? You're not the only zombie that said that. There's another zombie, Zombie JLT1. He's actually said that right before you did.
Look at that. Look at that. See?
Zombies stick together for some reason.
It's an undead nation.
Yeah, you're not lying.
But
you guys are connected by the head or something. The funny thing is, with the dust sleeves now, they provide the box art, but maybe not so much the clamshell protection. But it's an alternate route. Buy the loose copy, get a sleeve, and it saves space.
It does. It does. I remember when I started getting them from Funko Land. I still got some of those already. Still.
Yeah, I've been trying to. Actually, I've been trying to get. I'm interested in getting my hands on one of those. Actually, Funko Land sleeves.
Imagine reproducing that. You know, people would jump on that just to have that feel, having that again on their cartridge. Brings it back.
And their style is a little different from what I create. It has a different slant. It doesn't have the same.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yep.
Chris, is your sleeve NES sleeve the correct slant?
Yeah.
As the original.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep, it's 100% exactly the same. If you line them up, there might be a little slight variation because mine is hand cut, whereas theirs is machine cut. So you might see a little divot every now and then from where I cut it. But for the most part, if you line them up, they're going to be an exact.
Nice.
Yeah, I wish I could do my whole NES set, but that's never going to happen.
So if you keep going to conventions, you'll get a sleeve.
Yeah, Bones. I mean, you keep going to conventions, you keep buying the logo sleeves. Eventually, you're going to sleeve all your games.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I used to not get that many sleeves like that. I had very little NES sleeves. Now I have too many sleeves, and I gotta buy like hacks for it because I was like, oh, okay, you're giving me a sleeve. Okay, here's your sleeve. And then after a while, I just started getting way too many. But it's not a bad thing to have.
So, Linda, from the conventions that you've been going to, when you buy, like, for example, like an NES game, does it come with a regular dust sleeve, or just comes just the cartridge itself?
Depends on the seller. Every seller is different. Okay. So you might see a baggie over the game, or you might see just the regular dust sleeve, or you might see it plain. So it just depends on the person, because some people take really good care of the games, and you can tell, and then other ones you just see that they're just there. Like,
I could tell you one thing. You won't ever see a video game dust sleeve on anybody selling at a convention unless they specifically talk to me. You're going to see just like the plain black NES style normal plastic dust sleeve. I don't think anybody's ever sold any of the sleeves at a convention.
No, just gifting.
Yeah,
a lot of
people hand them out. Like, they'll come to me, they'll order their own logo sleeves, and like Linda's done this before. She'll hand them out, her own logo sleeves at conventions to people. A lot of them do that. I make convention sleeves, which I give to select people like Linda, and Do Your Nerd is actually another one that they have convention sleeves right now that hand out a Midwest Gaming Classic, which just got canceled.
So I got a limited, very real limited edition one that will never be handed out at the proper time. So they're gonna be exclusive.
I want one.
I got you, Bones. I got you, Dan.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
want
so-
to.
Yeah,
for
the
sure.
Midwest Gaming Classic sleeve, it actually says 2020 on it. So like,
Yeah.
since the convention got canceled, they're
Like
it's limited.
8-Bit Glitch 79 did ones that say 2020 on them also.
You know about that? Did he just tell you about
Yeah.
that? Because that was a surprise. I didn't even post that up on Instagram or anything like that.
He posted it after he found out that it was canceled. He got all bummed and he told everybody, he was like, "Oh, I'm so bummed. This was supposed to be a surprise."
Right.
And
Yep.
he put it on there saying like, "This is what I was going to hand out." So I told him, "I want one because I know like that you might not go if it's later on, but yeah, he's definitely got the 2020 on it."
Yeah, because I knew that because I designed it. But
Yeah.
Nice.
as far as that convention sleeve, there is only 40 that's available for people to have, and out of that 40, at least 2 of them are already gone. One's staying with Linda, and the other one's staying with Do Your Nerd.
Well, and you're
So-
getting one too, so.
I'm getting 2, but that's why I said 40 because there's actually 42 total.
Oh, okay, cool.
But so as far as the conventions are concerned, I do that for select conventions. I don't do them for all the conventions. But if people ask, like, I tend to like they're free. Nobody pays for those. I just do them as a nice gesture for everybody to whoever sees either Linda, for this example, Linda or Do You Nerd, whoever sees them and they still have them available, they can just hand them one.
But I got a funny idea, Chris.
What's that?
So, I had the idea to have all my conventions that I've gone to, if they don't redo it for the following, like if they wait till the following year to make it, I want to X out
The
the
2020?
convention. Like, yeah, I want to put like a COVID-19 took over kind of like
I mean, technically, I could do
affected
that.
one. Yeah, and then just have that as a joke. That would be funny.
Yeah, it might actually that would be kind of funny.
Because if they don't go on for the rest of the year and they have to do it next year, because a lot of people are asking for refunds, we'll see.
Yeah,
I want to definitely say
Maybe I'll do it next year and just
COVID-19
cross
took
out
over.
2020 and put the
Yeah, like make it like like the no smoking sign, but just make it like look like an infection. No,
make it
yeah,
zombified.
don't go to yeah, zombified. That would be.
I'll get zombie to
funny
work on
to see
that.
Oh yes, zombie.
Speaking of
Yeah,
that,
that's an idea.
zombie, you came up, you did your own logo, right?
Yeah. Did everything
Graphics, you did the graphics yourself.
did the graphics and everything. I put everything.
Was it
together.
hand drawn or did you do it by computer?
Computer.
Oh, okay.
Computer.
It's
everything.
nice.
I get a lot of transparent pictures, and I just create it from right there. Add things onto it, and modify it.
Right, you're doing layers. Yep.
Right. Like the way I sent you my picture.
Right.
I did that just with a zombie face, and I put the little geeky glasses. I put the crown, and I just highlighted the colors differently.
Dope.
Nice. I might come to you for that little thing that Linda's talking about.
Yeah, man. Like Midwest Gaming Classic 2020. But I'm gonna wait and see if it actually happens. So my sleeve is gonna have to wait until December.
Nice.
I'm gonna wait for till the end of the year to see what other convention I'm gonna go to. And I'm gonna have all of them put on there.
Wow, that'd be awesome.
I've been to a lot, but
Well,
Yeah.
that's before I started my channel.
that's the nice things about dust sleeves, like especially with Linda, she keeps changing hers. So gradually, as she changes hers, more people are going to want to buy them again because it's something different.
Right.
So the more you gradually change it, the better odds for you to get more proceeds from the sleeve sales. So that's what I would do. I would just, all right, so for a limited time, we'll have this one going, and then we'll start a new one and get that going, and just do that for a while.
Like my cousin, for example, J Love 81. She has the one with the name. Like my was talking before earlier.
Yep.
With the controller Then after that, she did the other one with the slap.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Exact
it's
same
awesome.
thing.
That,
But actually, not many people know that Geeky that you're cousins to J-Love.
yeah, a lot of people are not even aware about
Like
that.
what?
Yeah, T-Belly knows, and
I
Die Hard.
knew. Yeah, I
knew.
knew.
Definitely.
Because I was talking about you one time, and I was like, yeah, this guy does some dope stuff on Twitter. She's like, yeah, that's my cousin. I was like, oh, sweet, even better.
Yeah, I knew that too as well. Jen told me a long time ago. That you
And I
guys
showed
are-
the cover art of you that you're like, oh my god, that's dope.
Oh yeah. Your logo
I'd be
sleeve.
laughing.
Yep. She already
You know
told me.
what?
She
I'm
actually.
surprised that I haven't seen you on her channel at all.
No, sometimes I appear on her channel when she's doing the
I've
live
seen them
thing.
in there. Yeah, I've seen them in the streams a
Yeah,
couple
you see me
times.
pop
It
in
was
there.
rare that because I keep missing you every time. Like I'm like, how did I miss him again?
It was one I remember she did a live stream, and oh my god, I had her cracking. She was drinking, she was celebrating her channel by hitting a certain number, and I said,
Yeah.
I said, your eyes look like paper cuts. What's going on with that? And she started screaming and laughing so hard. Like, oh my god, what Geeky said, you look like your eyes look like paper cuts.
Oh man, she's so funny when she's drunk. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
she starts
Like,
saying, "I can't feel my eyebrows."
yeah. And then she's like, I'm gonna squeeze you. And then I know that's when I need to be prepared for like the death grip of love of like from my sister from another mister. Cause I'm like, my favorite is when you can't see her behind the computer because she's like, I'm gonna go get another drink. And I just see her stumbling and about to fall on her face. And she gets back up and I'm like cracking up and nobody else can see this. I'm like, I wish I had a 360 camera that would follow her, man. Cause I'm drunk too. I'm not gonna be able to move the camera. Nope.
Oh my god.
The funny thing is about your logo sleeve, Geeky.
Mhm.
As soon as you sent that to her, she voxed me right away and said,
You kidding
"I
me?
need one. I want his sleeve. Please add it to my order. I want his sleeve." Yeah,
Oh my God,
she
she's
contacted me like
hilarious.
right away.
You're gonna go to any conventions, Geeky?
I'm thinking about trying one, hopefully this year.
Well, if there's no issues, I would say try too many games for the first time, or there's a couple like near you guys that you can go to.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. I can hang out with you and my cousin, everybody, T-Belly.
Yeah, because well, too many games. Dan and Bones are gonna go if everything goes through solidly.
Yeah, if it's still on, we'll be
My
there.
first convention, and they want to cancel that shit.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
wrong with that?
I canceled a lot of things because of this crazy thing going around.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's the sad part is like I had planned for all these conventions around the same time
Wow.
as this is going on. And I had to I'm not lying, I've had so many issues with the refunds because I feel bad, but I'm like, I don't know if you're gonna because the way they're saying everything, I don't know when the next one's gonna be. It might be next year. So I don't because I have plans for another convention next year, so I don't want to say yes to your convention and then I can't get my money back because everybody right now is saying refund now, but later on, are they going to say refund? No, probably not. So better just get your money back now. As much as it pains me to do that.
Same thing with E3, how for the first time ever that got canceled.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
E3, South by Southwest.
Right.
All the conventions and
Better safe than
festivals are
sorry.
going on in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
I'd say a safe bet is for the next couple months, nothing's going to be really going on, and possibly after that.
Oh yeah, I summer I predicted probably might keep going until like May.
Wow.
Just from how everything's going. It might go until May, so that's why I stopped buying tickets for everything because I usually wait and buy them like a couple months in advance.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't bought anything yet all because I'm like I'm getting refunds. I don't need to keep having to have this hassle. I'll just wait until it clears up and everything goes back to normal.
In Manhattan, since I live in New York and Broadway, they shut down. They cut down all
yeah.
the concerts. I was like, wow, I never seen Broadway get closed down like that. Never happened.
Yeah,
Shit.
in Vegas, the strip is shut down. Nothing is running on Vegas. They are laying off people as we speak. I feel so bad. It's like
Wow.
a ghost town over there.
And I was just talking about that the other day with somebody. I wonder if Vegas is gonna go through that. It's like the money maker out there.
Dude, it is so sad to see that they're just like they sent a note to everybody, all the conventions, like there's nothing going on. The convention center is completely quiet. It's never been this quiet. There's nothing going
Wow.
on, no traffic whatsoever. Everybody is hurting over there.
So
Thankfully, I
everybody
have a
gets
job that
refunded?
I can. Huh?
Everybody gets refunded. Whoever got
Yeah,
tickets
that's
or
why
anything?
they're hurting because they have to refund the conventions or the events that
Oh
are going
man.
on,
Wow.
and so everybody's hurting. So I am grateful that I'm not working at the strip but I still have to go in. But it's one of those like at least I have a job that's not dedicated to entertainment at all.
Oh, you live out there?
Yeah, I'm in Vegas now.
Oh, okay.
All right. Any other questions, guys, for Geeky Zombie King?
I'm good, man.
Dan?
Yeah, I think I'm good too, man.
I'm good. Yep.
Any questions for us, Geeky?
Just really had a good time hanging with you guys tonight.
Yeah, it was
We
awesome.
Glad.
appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're a real historian. You really know your stuff.
Oh,
Here we go, Dan. Dan with the jokes. All right,
Yeah,
so
that's cool, man.
we'll do our last segment, game of the month. Bones, what's your game of the month?
I'm gonna go with Alien Crush, another new TurboGrafx game I have.
Dan?
I'm gonna go with Final Fantasy VII because the remake is coming out really soon.
Geeky?
I will have to say Mass Effect 2.
Linda?
Ed, and Eddie for the PS2.
Oh my god, I remember
That was an
one.
old cartoon.
Started playing that one because I'm going on my backlog of games, and that's the next one on the list after Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, and I decided to switch and just play Ed, and Eddie for a minute because the gore was getting to me. Like I'm becoming too aggressive. I need to stop for a minute.
Hack and slash. Hack and slash.
Ah,
And mine is Batman VR, since I actually got to play a VR game finally.
I am Batman.
I am Batman.
I am Batman.
No, I am Batman.
You're Robin.
Screw you.
I'm
I'm no sidekick. Anyway, thank you, Geeky Zombie King, for being on the podcast. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you to the normal podcast crew in here, including the co-host.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yep.
Oh, you
Thank
guys
you.
rock. Oh, you guys rock in my book. I could tell you that.
Yeah, maybe we'll get to hang out one time. Me, you, J-Love.
That'd be awesome. We'll have a blast.
Hell yeah.
I'm a type of person I crack up for a lot of crazy things.
All right, everybody. Until next time, don't blow, just leave. Later, Internet.
Hi, Internet.
Good night.
Good
See
night,
ya.
everyone.